is just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdate 210312.3. Crewman Book submitted his evidence and Subfleet have informed me that the investigation into me is over. Lol. I'm now going to celebrate by crucifying Crewman Bork and removing his lobes. I'll then feed them to him for dinner, intravenously to make sure he actually eats them. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we have quite a number of subjects to go through and 2 blocks of the week. One was earnt, the other I might have earned it, I'm not entirely sure yet. But to start we're going to go with @HateAnt. This is important. Where did you start? Underneath is an image of 20 controllers. Now I do, for the sake of it, want to say that while I did have a Sega Mega Drive, the very first console I ever owned isn't on here, because it was an Amstrad CPC 464. The very first game I played was a text game called Gremlins 2 The New Batch. It was keyboard and tape cassette. Therefore, no controller. I'm sure some might now say Amiga as well. Our lack of inclusion is highly problematic, and we all take great offense at this. But I do want to know, for the sake of it, which of these would be the first console you used. Now, if you're not on the list, move to one that is on the list until you get there, and do let me know which one you had before the one you had on this list. I am intrigued, but seriously, Amstrads, I'd love to have one again. To move on from that, we're going to go to something I was tagged in, thanks to @SG6651 @Omegon. More stupid people. This comes from a retweet from Jermaine Clement, which leads back to an article. I did go and do a little digging and found an online article with the exact same title, so I'm going to assume this is the exact same trash, just a different publisher. Generation Z feels intimidated by full stops, experts find. Linguists believe that full stops had fallen out of fashion with young people because they signify an abrupt or angry tone of voice. If this is the excuse given by the newer crop of younger people as to why they can't seem to grammar, then this does go a long way to explain why they really do suck on all forms of social media. Learn to spell, learn to use grammar. A full stop is an end of a sentence. It's that part where you can then take a breath. And while I'm willing to concede in writing, you can't understand or see tone, if what you see is the negative, it tells me you're a little bit of a nihilist who's always looking for someone to moan about. Because criticism, can't have that. During the week, I noticed a number of my favourite cartoons were being cancelled. My childhood ones, that is. With Warner Brothers, my favourite was Roadrunner and Speedy Gonzales. And no, I'm not going to repeat some of the words he uses, because I don't care enough. Not anymore. Another very well-known Warner cartoon was Pepe Le Pew, who had a bit of a thing for a cat that had a single painted stripe down its back, which he believed meant that that cat was in fact a skunk like him. He would get very close to the cat, he would touch the cat without the cat's consent, and the cat couldn't communicate with him because they weren't the same species. The cat rejected him every time. Even after he kissed the cat, yes I know, no consent given, the cat still rejected him. Apparently Pepe Le Pew is a part of rape culture, I guess. Okay. And Speedy Gonzales demonstrates a stereotype, which some believe to be derogatory. I fundamentally disagree because he is a positive image. He was just a fast mouse, doing things for his family. Or did you not watch the cartoons? I'm sure everyone's seen the one with him racing Roadrunner. Didn't Wile E. Coyote win that? My assumption here is it won't be long until most of Warner Brothers' own cartoons get slapped with a sensitive or offensive content banner, logo, doodah, thingamabob, what's it? And by that extension we'll only be left with Foghorn Leghorn, which isn't cool. He sucked. The next subject we're going to cover concerns those who, let's say, earn money off YouTube. Okay, to these people, you may have recently noticed on Twitter, but also via email and your Creator Studio, manage video section, a banner indicating we now need to do taxes. This was tweeted out by YouTube creators. If you're a YouTube partner program creator outside of the US, important tax changes are coming later this year that may affect your YouTube partner program earnings. There are a number of videos that are linked underneath. I take issue with this because it's a form of taxation in the US for work done in the UK. But if you use YouTube and earn money off it, chances are you also use Patreon, Subscribestar, and or maybe stream on Twitch. All three of those you have to fill in a tax form, a W something something EN blah 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 blah. So YouTube now have you fill the same form out on the Google AdSense page. It takes like 2 minutes. If your country has a treaty with the US, then you don't pay tax. You pay it in the country where you make the money. Now someone might want to now say, taxation is theft! Fine, say it. I don't care enough. As long as I'm not being charged a flat rate, which is what is being offered, of 30% on my earnings on YouTube. I'm not giving you 30% of what I make. Then again, you're just taking it, which is also very unpog, don't you think? To those who have to fill it out, I'm very sorry. I did fill mine out. Took a couple minutes at most, but only because I didn't know what a foreign tin was. And I filled the form out 3 times on other sites. I just forgot. If you're English, it's your national insurance number, okay? So I guess now we should go to our random blocks of the week, but they're not really random at all. As I was rendering my video defending the quartering over what had happened last week concerning zombie kills, verified, I went to go and get some sources, and I went to her Twitter to get a few additional sources. I'm blocked. I hadn't even uploaded my video and I was blocked. I assume I got blocked because I tweeted out Quartering's video A Call to Arms, asking for help essentially, and he referenced it, thank you very much for that, in his own main channel video. Yay me. We do have another block though, and we're going to get to it with some context. All of this week, Meghan and Harry have been trending. Now, there is very much a line in the sand where people stand on it, blindly believing the accusations of racism, and those that say, you two are talking out of your arseholes. Well, I tweeted out, on the 8th, small thing, I do not, will not, and shall not give so much as a flying fudge about the accusations that the royal family are racist. This is hardly fresh information. Harry is a great example. Nazi costume. And I'm truly surprised anyone thought otherwise. Seriously, has anyone ever heard Philip talk? It's amazing. To continue this on though, I did see a tweet from Andy Cohen, who tweeted, how does anyone defend Buckingham Palace not offering security for Harry and Meghan's child? Fergie and Andrew's kids get security and Harry's don't. The problem here is, Beatrice and Eugenie don't get security. They haven't done since 2011. They pay for it themselves because they've been working. They have actual jobs. Eugenie recently gave birth to a child. That child does not get protection either, but for a very different reason. Beatrice and Eugenie were grandchildren of the Queen. Archie is a great-grandchild. Great-grandchildren are not, if not direct line, protected because of a 1911 or 1917 letter that, let's say, limits how much support is given to extended family. When Prince Charles ascends to the throne at some point, this could then be extended to Archie, who will get it unconditionally because he is entitled to it, yes. But it is not extended to him now. Not that it in reality matters, because his parents have naffed off and live in Silicon Valley in a $14 million mansion, doing a podcast on Spotify and a bunch of TV shows on Netflix. They are making millions and can afford their own security now. People might say, oh yes, but it's what they deserve. They walked away from the royal family. You can't argue this point and expect to win, and someone tried to with me, which is hilarious. To the point where I went and checked on somebody who had replied to me, Miriam088, success for Sussexes, without the additional E on the Sussexes, well done for your lack of spelling. Their expenses get paid by the Queen's private income, which is what you said. The Queen can, by the way, give any and all people from her own money a stipend. Yes. It's what grandparents sometimes do for those they love. It is not something she's contractually bound to do. She can, yes, from the money she gets from the public, give them money, but that is something that's already divvied up. Her own private income is not the same thing. So Miriam and I had a little back and forth with her calling me a contradicting hypocrite and blah 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 blah, and as I went to reply, "Oi, you big brave prick," I got blocked. Isn't it nice when someone thinks they're big brave and blocks you before you can continue a remarkably polite conversation? Oh well. To the final subject and the main event of this video, yes, we have to talk about this. Burger King. Women belong in the kitchen. Everyone pounced on this, cancelling Burger King. But there's more to this. You see, it's actually part of a thread. If they want to, of course. Yet only 20% of chefs are women. We're on a mission to change the gender ratio in the restaurant industry by empowering female employees with the opportunity to pursue a culinary career. Hashtag International Women's Day. Whammon logo. We are proud to be launching a new scholarship program, which will help female Burger King employees pursue their culinary dreams of flipping burgers. Many people didn't pay attention to this. They really didn't. Even KFC pounced on this one. The best time to delete this post was immediately after posting it. The second time is now. To which Burger King replied, "Why would we delete a tweet that's drawing attention to a huge lack of female representation in our industry? We thought you'd be on board with this as well. We've launched a scholarship to help give more of our female employees the chance to pursue a culinary career." And someone replied underneath, rather amusingly, "Karen." People are trying to cancel Burger King, fundamentally not understanding what Burger King were trying to do. And they baited you out with one tweet and 5 words. That's impressive. Well done, Burger King. I have always been a fan of the extra large triple bacon double cheeseburger, which could feed me for 2 days. Can we go supersize, please? Make it 3. As we're done here, I'd like to know what you think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Tonight I shall be hosting a political recap stream on the Moist Ski Live channel with Trups LP. If at all interested, please consider swinging by 9:30 PM GMT. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all for listening.